Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be fun if we just sat down and I talked about my favorite book things. I actually got this idea from Caitlin. She did a bookish favorites tag and I was like, hey, I want to do that. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And let's face it, I will use any excuse possible to sit down and talk about books. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm just going to be answering some questions. Also, I have a little matcha. It looks a little disgusting because I had put cinnamon on the top of it, and so now the cinnamon is just like sticking to the sides, but it tastes incredible. I haven't had a matcha in forever. Okay, first question. What are 5 books that define your taste? So this is also fun because I get to like literally like go around and pick off books from my bookshelves and show you guys. So one moment please. Oh my god. This is not going well. So first I have Happy Place by Emily Henry. So the reason why I say this is because I love a romance that has such emotional depth and a friendship aspect. I love the found family whole trope in this, and then the dual timelines. We're trying to figure out what happened between this couple, and also I learned so much about myself through our main character Harriet in this book, so I really loved that. And then all of the friendship and everything in this, it's just, and it's also such summer vibes, literally perfect. And her writing is so poetic and beautiful. I love her writing. Everything that I could ask for in a romance is practically in this book. So, and I don't even absolutely love second chance romance books, but because we were able to see from the moment that they met until now, I love that. I don't like second chance romance books where we miss so much of their history and everything, because then I can't really feel connected to the couple. But in this, we get past and present timeline, so absolutely love this. And then Daisy Jones and the Six. Her whole, I would say honestly, her whole old Hollywood series, because it kind of gives like historical fiction, because honestly she writes to where you believe that these are true, genuine people. So absolutely love this one. And then we have, it's a popular TikTok book talk book. I'm sure these all basically are. We have The Housemaid. This is my favorite thriller of all time because first of all, it gives such summer vibes. I don't know if it was because I read it on summer vacation, but it also takes place in summer, and I just picture myself like reading it during summer. Like, I don't know, it just gives like the perfect summer vibe. But also I feel like this is the first thriller that like had my jaw dropping multiple times, like not just at like the big ending plot twist, but multiple times throughout the book. And like it really got me, and I actually reread this last summer and gave me the same vibe. Like, I knew what was gonna happen, but I still like love it anyways. There's just something about this book. I don't know what it is. I know that everyone has read this book by now, but literally it just, something about this really does it for me. And next we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. This was actually the first Abby Jimenez book that I read. I read it in July of last year. The best book of 2024, one of my favorite books of all time. Like I said, I really love when there's an emotional aspect to romance books, and Abby Jimenez always includes those in her books. But I just feel like not only was there an emotional aspect, but it was so freaking funny too. Like, I would be out in public, I would be laying at the pool, and I would just start laughing out loud because I would get to a scene that was like really funny. Justin, our male main character, absolute perfection. Like literally the best book boyfriend probably in existence. We love him. If I go back in my annotations, I literally laughed out loud. And then on the literal next page, LOL. This book had me crying laughing. And then next we have 11/22/63 by Stephen King. If you have not read this book yet, I know that it's scary. It's literally like 850 pages or something, but I'm telling you, you will not regret reading this. It's a historical fiction where the main character has to go back in time to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy. We're following like years before that, even when he has to go back in time. And then there's a subplot of romance, but it's not even like a subplot, it's actually like a huge part of the story. It is just so freaking good, and you honestly learn a lot about the whole John F. Kennedy assassination through this. I know I did, because he's basically like investigating everything and everyone who's involved in the assassination like way before it even takes place. So highly recommend. And I just love like the historical fiction aspect of it, but there's also like thrilling elements to it. And the romance. So good. What are books that you were obsessed with during different eras in your life? So I actually just did this trend not too long ago on TikTok. So I'll insert pictures here, but I just basically like showed pictures of the different books that I loved during each era. But I'll just like briefly, I'll like say like my top one from each era. When I was a baby, probably Room on the Broom. And then in elementary school, definitely Junie B. Jones. I loved the Junie B. Jones books, but also Magic Tree House. And then late elementary, middle school, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, or Dork Diaries probably. And then in high school, I would say A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, just because it's the series that got me into reading, but then also It Ends With Us was my introduction to romance, so those two for sure. And then now all the books that I basically just talked about. What are your favorite genres? Honestly, like I don't even branch out too far in genres. Like I pretty much stay in my little comfort of genres, but I'd say romance, obviously, thrillers, and general fiction are probably my top three. I do get into fantasy sometimes, but I've literally barely read any of it. I never crave fantasy. I always have a good time when I'm reading them, but I'm never like, oh yeah, like I'm in the mood for fantasy. Like I never feel that. It's usually just romance, thrillers, or general fiction. Who are your favorite authors? My top favorite author is definitely Taylor Jenkins Reid, and then I'll try to give you guys like a top 5. I would say Taylor Jenkins Reid, Emily Henry, Sarah Adams, Elsie Silver. Oh my gosh, I'm already 4. Frida McFadden. That's hard because I feel like Stephen King could also belong in there, but I already have 5, so we'll just go with my top 5, whoever I said. But also like honorable mention, Stephen King. What's your favorite form of reading? If I had to choose one, I could literally only do one for the rest of my life. I would definitely choose like physical books, just because I love collecting books. As you can see, like I love reading so much, but it's a whole other hobby to collect books, and I'm a huge collector of books. I love collecting books, so I would be really like sad if I couldn't do that anymore. So I would definitely say physical books. I would really miss my Kindle at times, but if I literally could not do any of the others forever, I would definitely choose physical books. Who are your favorite book characters? Okay, Willa from Heartless, Theo from Reckless, Noah and Amelia from When in Rome. I just feel like they're really sweet and cute. Justin from Just for the Summer, and then Millie from The Housemaid. I'm gonna keep it simple. Oh, and Katniss from the Hunger Games series, and then Reese from ACOTAR. What's your favorite book series? I would honestly say my all-time favorite of all time is definitely the Old Hollywood. I don't know the actual name of this series, but it's just the Old Hollywood series by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We have Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Sick, Malibu Rising, and Carrie Soto is Back. I just absolutely love this series so much. I wish that it could go on forever. I would read literally whatever. I don't care about tennis, but I ate this up, literally rated it 5 stars, and then we're literally just following fictional characters that take place in old Hollywood, and just like the way that like you can catch little hints of them existing in each other's worlds. I don't know, just I love the series so much. But then I would also say definitely the Chestnut Spring series. I feel like it's just so wholesome, and there's such good palette cleansers, and honestly like the way that all of the characters like they come together and interact and everything, I love it. And then I would also say A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I think that if you're anyone trying to get into this genre or just get into reading, if you're trying to get someone into reading, this is a great place to start. It's a young adult murder mystery story, but it doesn't feel too young adult. Like it feels like you could read it at any age, and it got me into reading back in 2021, so I just absolutely love it. And then ACOTAR, of course. I feel like I'm just gonna leave it there with those answers because I feel like I'm giving way too many responses for each question. What is the series you're most excited to finish? Probably Chestnut Springs, because I've been reading it for so long and I keep spacing out the books, but I can't wait to get to her next series, and she has another series coming out like next year or something, so I just want to like be able to catch up with her books, so that's the only reason why I say Chestnut Spring. What's the series you're most excited to start? Okay, definitely the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I wasn't like a huge fan of the Inheritance Games trilogy. I gave that whole series like 3 stars basically, but I have high hopes for this series. I heard that it's better than the Inheritance Games, and I think the idea of this sounds more interesting to me than the Inheritance Games, so super excited to get to this one. Also, like I really want to read it this summer. I feel like it gives like the perfect like young adult mystery summer vibe. And then also Truly Devious. I've literally had this book since 2021. Like literally when I finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, I looked up like similar books to it, and I found this. It's been sitting on my TBR for 4 years now. I need to get to this, and I'm definitely going to start it this fall because it's like it's set in fall and it gives like the perfect fall vibes. So definitely going to start this in the fall. And then lastly, the Throne of Glass series. This is the only book that I own from this because I found this for like $5. So this is like the second book in the series, I think, but the whole Throne of Glass series, I don't know when I'll get to it, but I'm so excited to start it. I've heard such incredible things about it, and I loved ACOTAR, so. Oh, and also Magnolia Parks. Again, I found this book for like $5. This is, I don't know, the 4th book in the series. I genuinely have no idea, but the whole Magnolia Parks series, so excited to start it. I need to order the books because I want to get to it sometime this year. So excited to start this. What's a book that you predict will be a favorite? The Favorites by, I don't even know who it's by, but I keep seeing people talking about The Favorites, and it sounds like something that I would love because I love this series by Taylor Jenkins Reid, so I just feel like I'll probably love it. Even if it's not like entirely similar to it, I just feel like it's something that I'll enjoy. I'm trying to look at my TBR. Funny Story, Beg, Borrow, or Steal. I have a lot on my TBR cart that like I know that I'm gonna love. I'm taking forever to actually read. Oh, and then the new release, Taylor Jenkins' new release, Atmosphere. Oh my gosh, literally cannot wait. That will definitely be a favorite of mine. I love anything she writes. And then there's another new release coming out. Oh, Holly Jackson, the same author as the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Her book comes out in July. So excited for that. It's her first like adult thriller. She always writes young adults, so this is her first like adult book, so super excited for that one. What's your favorite special edition slash favorite book cover? Like, if you look at the Magnolia Parks covers, they are not like the original covers of the books. The original covers are so stunning and like they're so like unique. I'm so jealous that I don't own them, and I could order them from somewhere, but they're so much cheaper to just order the new copies like this. But I am so obsessed with those old covers, and the thing is, it's like I'm not even like a Magnolia Parks fan yet. Like, I haven't even read the series, but I've always been drawn to those covers. And then I don't know, there's some like special editions out there that I always see and I'm like, wow, that's really pretty, but nothing else sticks out to me besides the Magnolia Parks covers. If you could go buy a book right now, what would you buy just for fun? Definitely The Favorites, like I talked about. Honestly, I would probably buy like the entire series of like some of the books that I have like already started on here, like Wild Love. I would buy the rest of the series of that, the entire Magnolia Park series, the Natural series, whole Throne of Glass, whole Caraval. Basically, like I just want to like have the entire series, even though like, but I'm really trying not to do that because I don't want to buy a complete series unless I know that I actually want to continue it. I'm really trying not to do that, so that's why I only have like some of the first books on here, because I don't want to buy the whole series until I know that I actually want to read the whole series. But I still wish that I had the whole series. What's your favorite bookish merch that you own? So definitely the sweatshirt that I'm wearing now from the Bookmarked podcast, but this is like such a comfortable sweatshirt. Literally wear it all the time and it's so freaking cute. And then also I would say my Happy Place Emily Henry shirt that I got from Books A Million. I love that one too. And those are the only two pieces of bookish merch that I have. Sadly, I want more. I always see cute ones on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, but I just don't own anymore. And then our last question is, who are your favorite book creators? I will say my absolute favorite of all time is Destiny Sidwell. The minute she uploads a video, I don't care where I am, who I'm with, I'm clicking on her video and I'm watching the whole thing. Her videos are just my favorite because they're not only like book related, but they're also vlogs, and she's very open about mental health and stuff like that. And so I don't know, she's just very real, and when I watch her videos I just feel like there's no pressure on my side. There's no comparison really, because she's just so real about, she doesn't really try to pretend that her life is perfect all the time. I'll just leave that there. And then obviously Sarah Caroli, Haley Pham, Meredith, Caitlin, literally my book bestie. Like, her videos are so good. I watch them constantly, and I would say that those are probably like my only go-to YouTubers. Like, I'll watch other ones like occasionally, but anything that they post I will always be watching. So those are all the book questions that I have. This was so fun. Literally, like I said, I will use any excuse to sit down and talk about books to you guys, to my family, to Micah, anyone. I just love books so much. So thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you to Caitlin again for this idea for this video. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you guys so soon. Bye guys.